What's going on? Welcome to episode 9 of Games to Discover. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and I'm here with Mel. Mel, how the heck are you?
Pretty good. Nice day to do this. I know we had like a bit of a week off, so
Yeah, we had a little bit of
get
time
back into it.
off. Yeah, the holidays, blah, blah, blah. But then
Yeah.
we were like, let's get back together and talk about video games. And of course, the best thing we ate all week. But before we do that, we were talking beforehand, right, about.
Mm.
And I was like, Dash, my son, one of my sons, he posted on Instagram his favorite 6 games of all time. Top 6 favorite games of all time. Now, this is a wide range of video games. Um, there are one, two of, maybe 3 of them. Okay, this is going to be cheating. Um, 3 of them came out on PlayStation 3. 3 of the 6 they first launched on PS3. Can you think of any games that Dash would? Because I before the show I told you um his his 13 through 18, everyone's favorite
Yeah.
lists. 18 was Sekiro, 17 was Final Fantasy 7 Remake, number 16 was Metal Gear Solid 2, 15 BioShock Infinite, 14 was Xenoblade Chronicles, and number 13 was Devil May Cry 3. He really loves Devil May Cry. Can you guess any of his top 6?
I'm trying to think of the PlayStation stuff. Is it like exclusive to PlayStation or like it just was like very prominent on that system for the PS3?
Mm, I think they were exclusive on PlayStation, but then later came to, like when they re-released them, they came to other systems. One of them, I'll give you a hint, um, came out as a cloud version on the Nintendo Switch.
Wow. That's I want to say like no. Wait, how? Like how does the
It was a PS3
it's a
game.
Kingdom Hearts game because that was nonsense.
I tried to
Because
trick you with that one.
I was like, how is a PS3 playing Cloud? And then I remembered, oh yeah, Square Enix did do that. Okay, so PlayStation. Wait, I mean that was PS2. The first two ones are PS2, like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. But I can't remember like the bajillion like in between like
Mm,
ones between like. So I
yep,
guess one of those is the.
you're right.
Um,
I just lied because it was a PS2 game.
Because I'm over here thinking, like, what is the Kingdom Hearts PlayStation 2 game?
Okay.
And then it's still 1 and 2.
All right, I take it back. 2 of the games were PS2. One of them was PS3, and then, but
Okay, that opens a wider list then. Because PS2, there's a bunch of stuff.
uh,
I'm gonna say God of War 2 because that was a prominent PS2 game. He likes
mm,
Devil May Cry 3. Well, Devil May Cry. So you might like that. Um,
mm.
yeah. I want to go Kingdom Hearts 2 because I think most people like that one over one. I mean, I only played 3 of them,
Okay.
so
So Kingdom Hearts 2, God of War. You said, yeah. All right. So number
okay.
6. Are you ready,
All right.
or are you still guessing?
I had like one more guess.
All right, let's
Yes.
hear it.
I'm trying to think because you said there's a PS3 game in there.
Yeah,
I want to go.
yeah.
I want to go like a Metal Gear game. I think Metal Gear
Mm.
4,
The
maybe.
PS3 game was a RPG.
RPG. PS4 RPG.
It was PS3, and then they added extra content and brought that to the PS4.
I hate the PS4 because I honestly can't think of it.
And then later came to Switch, Xbox, PlayStation
To
5.
everything. This is gonna kill me not knowing. Is it It's a no. Dark Souls was not PS3. Was it?
And it's not an RPG. Well, it's a
But
turn-based RPG.
okay, okay. Let's not go into that discussion because that's a big.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I remember I got yelled at one time when I said Dark Souls is an RPG, but it was a turn-based RPG, and you're in high school.
That does not help. So it's a Persona game. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess four.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Number 6 was Kingdom Hearts 2. Okay.
Yes.
Number number 5 was Final Fantasy 10.
Oh, okay. That's a
Yeah.
pretty good one.
All right. Number 4, Cyberpunk 2077.
No one never guessed that.
Number 3, Metal Gear Rising.
Oh, so close.
He's a
I
big
forgot. I forgot it. That is basically just Devil May Cry.
right. Number
Just
2,
with the sword. Okay.
Persona 5.
Oh, that is technically correct because it was a PS3 game. Damn, that was the one that got me.
Yeah. That's I tricked you with that. I thought I was going to get you with the cloud thing, but I got you with that.
Which you said wrong anyway.
Yeah, PS3 game, and you're like, I'm trying to think of what Kingdom Hearts game was on PS3, and I'm sitting here, that's PS2. You're right. Yeah. Um, and then number 1, Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah. Okay. I really like Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Favorite, man.
I
But
mean,
he really does like Devil May Cry. Like he has like good of them.
he loves Devil May Cry. Um, Devil May Cry, big fan. Um, he okay. I think he saved it on here. Okay. All right. Here we go. Number 12. Ready? Breath of the Wild. Number 4, Resident Evil 4, but he likes the original more than the remake, he said. Uh,
I do too. So I agree with him with that.
Number 10, Bioshock. Number 9, Borderlands 2. Number 8, Hades.
Oh, that's okay. That's just another you right there.
I I have taught him the ways. And then number 7 was Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah, okay.
He's a big Xenoblade fan.
Well, he has two on there, so that's like half the series. That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, he did say he does not like 2. Um,
Uh, Not my buddy on that. Two's my favorite.
he doesn't. Yeah, he didn't like. He said he liked Rex in um
uh, the DLC.
the
I
DLC for
loved him. I
3.
loved him in the DLC. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he liked them
I
there,
always
but he said it almost made him want to go back and play 2. I was like, okay. All right, so we'll see what happens. So 2025, the year of mystery. I don't know. His birthday is in February, yeah, and he
Yeah.
already asked me to get him Xenoblade Chronicles X for his birthday.
Yeah, he's on top of it. He has to have the full collection. So.
That's true. Yeah. The so that's been Dash's favorite games of all time corner. I'll have to get
Woo!
Flint's. Flint. Here's the problem with Flint.
Oh, oh,
Uh,
jeez. That's gonna be like more like your home screen.
just all over the place. Yeah,
Yeah, because with Dash you can kind of see like you know there's some similarities in some of these placements. It's like, oh, he likes this. It kind of makes sense why he would prefer this one as well too. But the other kid, okay, yeah, I can see that being unguessable.
right. Yeah, like for Flynn, his um, so he played a lot on the Switch, but then he got the like drift on there.
Mhm.
Um, and so he's like, yeah, um, he plays on his Xbox a lot more. He loves the Assassin's Creed series, but then he also has been enjoying and playing a lot of um trying to they went and saw the Sonic movie, and after that he played Sonic the Hedgehog Sonic the Hedgehog 4 episode 1
Oh no. You picked like the worst one to play.
and then finally settled on um Sonic Mania. Uh
Okay.
but
Yeah, that's a good recovery right there.
yeah, he doesn't like a lot of he doesn't like a lot of game like older games like trying to get him to go back and try some of the older games. He's like, I don't like the way this looks. Although one of his favorite games and the one that he's probably put the most time in is probably um Stardew Valley.
Okay. I mean that is considered an older game now, to be honest.
Yeah,
You don't think about it until you actually look at it.
right. He's played for almost 11 days, like playtime. Um, he really likes that game. But yeah, and then he also like loves like Minecraft, and he said the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is one of his favorite games. And then another one that he randomly got into for like 2 weeks was Biomutant. I don't know if you
Really? Oh,
if you remember that
yeah,
one.
I,
Yeah.
I I do remember that one. It's just like it's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, that's like actually a thing. And because like I remember like the release cycle for that a lot more because it was like, oh, it's coming out now, and then like 2 weeks before it comes out, it's like, no, it's delayed, and that happened like 4 times.
Yeah, I remember that. And then it finally came out, and
Like
um,
nobody talks about it.
they sent me a code, and I played it, and I was like, I guess I'm to blame too because I didn't talk about it, but I also wasn't in love with it. Um,
I also do remember like a Wario 64 post. There was like a glitch on like some gaming key site like the week of launch, and like a lot of people got it that way.
oh,
And
that's right. It was like a thing where they just kind of give you, like they were giving out the code for free by accident instead of paying for it or something.
it, I don't know if it was free, but it was like close enough to free if it wasn't.
Yeah, but it was like the X was it? I can't remember if it was the X. It was like something like the Xbox version where it's like when stuff like that happens on Steam, they just quickly revoke it. Like Steam will
Oh
be
yeah,
better about that, where the Xbox it might be a little bit more difficult.
especially if you just like turn your system offline, you can kind of play some of these games. But I know Sony's been cracking down a lot of that as well because that happened last year with the Stellar Blade demo. I remember people getting that like a day early or whatever, and like Sony actually did like kind of like revoke that
Oh,
or
that's
like
right, because
made
they
people
put it
online.
on there. They put it out like it was like went up like was it 4 days early or something like that?
It was like a week or so, I think, at this point. Yeah, it was more than a day, but it was like
Yeah, it must
close
have
to a week.
been. It must have been like when they first uploaded the demo, and then they accidentally put it live rather than be like timed it for a certain time to go live. Um,
Yeah, because I know a couple people who actually did download it and they weren't able to play it, and like that night they tried to play it, and like it was trying to force them to go online to check, and see if they can do it, and then of course once it checked, it was like it booted them out.
yeah, because when the demo first came out, they were like, you can play, you can play the game, just make yourself appear offline or just be offline, and you can play the demo. And so people got to play the demo that way, but then yeah, like you said, they just were like, no, you need to get online to see if you can play this. Um,
Mhm.
then, um, what else was the other thing I was going to say? That reminded me of the time, I think it only ever happened once with Nintendo, where, um, was it Color Splash on the Wii U? When,
Oh yeah.
when you pre ordered it instead of pre-ordering it, they just gave you the game. And I think, if I remember correctly, Nintendo didn't do anything to revoke it. They just let those people play it.
Yeah, like all six of them. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it like they called it within like the first like few minutes, and not that many people pre-ordered it at right away. Um, because I don't know about you, but I do that now where I'll only pre-order it when I can download it, or I wait unless I have
I
like a
tried
voucher or
that.
something, you know.
Yeah, unless it's like a voucher thing. I try to wait until like as close as possible now. You know, like I like to have it up and ready to go, like once it like the day before. You know, maybe a couple hours before it comes
Yeah,
out, type of thing. You know, I don't like to have it waiting on my home screen for like a week plus. You know, personally.
you don't want to be looking at it.
It's not. It's very annoying because it's like there, but it's not there. You know.
Hmm. You know what? I forgot that I saw a tweet or a post, some sort of. It might have been an ad, like a YouTube ad, um, where it said, or maybe it was like a. Yeah, I think it might have been a Nintendo tweet where they were like, um, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD is out in less than 2 weeks or something like that. And I was like, less than 2 weeks? What the? How is
That came by so fast, you know? We were just talking about how like they announced that, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Um,
it's like I know that's like a side note thing, but like if that actually delays like the announcement of the new system, I'm gonna like die laughing. Because it's like the second time they released a Donkey Kong game.
yeah. Um, I don't know where I heard it, but the heard it first. But I did hear people saying, "Oh, uh, January 8th is when we're gonna see
Uh, that's what I've been saying too.
Switch 2."
You know. Yeah,
But
we'll see.
it could have been. It
If it
probably.
happens, we'll talk about it, you know.
Yeah, it came from the same people that said October was the Switch 2.
You knew it was an October person for the longest time, and like me back in February, it's not October. That was
Yeah.
big deal.
Well, we'll wait and see because I could be right. I didn't say October
Yeah, you could be
2024. I
right.
just said October. You know. Uh, but yeah.
Prime picking.
What What about food? In terms of food, what's the best thing you ate this week?
I'm gonna cheat a little bit since we missed last week because the holidays and stuff. But my family does seafood gumbo for Christmas as like one of the main things to eat. So I always look forward to having that for Christmas time, and I eat it at like 11:30 in the morning, and like that's Christmas dinner. You
Well,
know, we
yeah,
get it from like this local restaurant. We don't actually make because we make it like throughout the year. It's just like at like
yeah.
Christmas and like
Every,
sometimes Thanksgiving. You know, we get it to get a little break. We put like extra crab meat in there because it has shrimp. You know, like okra, tomatoes. You know, like the base, to rice. I know that's a lot of different textures for you, buddy. So I don't know if you
I've
would
never
mind.
had it before in my life. I don't even know
I
what it
don't think you
looks.
would like it.
I don't even
It's
know what
like
it looks like. Gumbo. Whenever I hear gumbo, I just think of um the Bubba from from Forrest Gump is like his buddy. He's got the the shrimp. Um,
yeah.
yeah, but that's all I could think of. But it was good.
Yeah, it was good. A little side story about that, because you know those like the Bubba Gump restaurants, or
Oh
like
yeah,
I don't know, I don't know if they're still happening, but they did have one here, and I remember one time we did eat there, and like it was just like we were there for like I don't know, like 2.5 hours, and like we didn't get like our food or anything.
after
So like
two
you
and a
know
half hours, you didn't still didn't get any food,
we got like the drinks, and then they brought out like this like little sorry, you know,
like
buns or
appetizer
something.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. And then like I remember because like we had to pay to park with the parking meters, you know, like back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And like I don't think my dad like went to like fill up the meter with like the quarters or whatever. And like we got a ticket. And then like my family, like my mom was like insanely pissed, and she's like, "We're sworn off bubblegum. No one in this family's going back. We're not watching the movie anymore." Like, and ever since I haven't seen it, so it's always funny thinking about it whenever it gets brought up because I remember that day. I mean, it was pretty crummy of them because like they're not gonna like pay the ticket or anything. They didn't want
Right.
to
Yeah.
come, but like it was like the service that delayed. We weren't gonna be there for like 3+ hours. Maybe like 2 hours max. But yeah, I always remember that. But yeah, I'm a big gumbo person. I have it often. I'm not gonna lie. And we had like these little bread rolls with it. That was pretty good. We had other stuff too, like the turkey, um, oyster dressing, and something else. But I mostly just ate the gumbo, to be honest, and like the mac and cheese, because I like mac and cheese as
um. Yeah. The Well, it sounds like you had a good time. Yeah. For Christmas dinner, we had pizza.
well. Ooh, pizza is that like always a thing, or it's just like you just wanted pizza?
Mm, no, because sometimes I'll do like wings. Oh yeah, I did.
Ooh,
Wait, what am I thinking of? New Year's I did pizza. Or
that was a couple of days ago.
no, yeah, no, I'm trying to think. I think it might have been we did pizza Christmas Eve and then
Oh, okay.
Christmas Day I made um chicken. The like buffalo chicken. Uh
Oh yeah, buffalo chicken,
boneless
classic.
buffalo chicken. Yeah.
Classic.
Not to be confused with the buffalo chicken stromboli, of course.
I mean, that's slightly different, but
It is slightly different, that's true. Um and then let me tell you something because um I also my one niece got me like a bag with like 5 different pretzels,
oh,
and like
so like the
it was
soft
like
pretzel, the hard pretzel.
they were like just the pretzel rods, but then
Okay.
dipped them in different kinds of chocolate and different flavor, and put different stuff on them. And
Oh shoot,
what?
I just remember something else I really liked, but I'll go after.
Okay. Oh, so then what I did was I had them, and I was like, oh, I think I want one of these, and I took a picture and sent it to my friend, and I was like, I think I want one, and she was like, I think you want all of them. And I was like, very, very thoughtful friend. And so then what happened was I would take a picture of, because there was like 5 pretzel rods. I took a
Mm.
picture, and she'd be like, all right, try that one first, and then kept taking a photo, and then she continued to just tell me which one to eat in which order, and it was a very, I mean, that's just how you eat pretzel rods. Um, but yeah, it was pretty good. The pretzels, which I usually don't like, um, you know, I usually don't like white chocolate, but
Oh, okay.
um,
I agree with you with that. I'm not a big white chocolate person myself either.
sometimes I'll eat it if it's like the cookies and cream, like white chocolate.
I
But
used to like
even
that as
still,
a kid. I
um,
like the peppermint bark ones. That
okay,
has
yeah,
like the little.
yeah. This one had like broken up pieces of it instead of peppermint bark. It was just broken up pieces of uh candy canes put in mixed in with the chocolate, so it
Ooh,
kind of like
I'm
made it
gonna have
like
to get
that.
that.
And yeah, it was pretty good. And so yeah, I would suggest if you have 5 chocolate covered pretzels, send them to a friend and tell them to tell you which order to eat them in, or they'll just write you back and say, "What are you talking? Just whatever order you want." Um, but yeah, so far, from what I can remember, I'm gonna say that was it because I didn't have any buffalo chicken stromboli
Yeah, so
this week.
you gotta go with
The
the buffalo
holiday.
chick.
Yeah, so we'll see next week. Next week I'll have it.
See, I would get onto you for the pretzel sticks, but I'm a big pretzel person myself. Like I like going to the mall and getting like the pretzel, the
Soft pretzel.
Annie's. Yeah, I like the hard pretzels too, but with the hard pretzels, I like to dip them in like some type of cheese or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. I got the pub cheese, uh,
Oh, man.
aka the depression cheese. I got that, and then
Ew. Good.
it's good. It helps get you out of depression. The um, that's how it works, I think. Um, and then I uh well I got that, but then for the pretzel rods, I ate until the chocolate was gone, and
Mm.
then put the rod to the side and didn't eat the rest of it. But yeah, what about you? What you were you said there was something you were. I'm trying to just
Oh
move
my
on from
god.
this. The,
Yeah, because I want to get onto you for that, and you're just leaving half eaten pretzels. Oh, you didn't have the chocolate one. I don't want
it didn't have the
it.
chocolate. Yeah, it was like 3/4 of a pretzel I ate. I was like, I'm eating 5 pretzels here. I can only eat so much. And so I
I
saved
guess.
saved room by only eating the.
It's like the little kid, like with the Oreos, just taking the one with the cream, and just laying it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't really like Oreos though.
I used to really like them, and now it's just like I only like them if they're in something, like
Mm,
an ice cream, like a milkshake.
okay, Blizzard,
If it's just by
whatever,
itself, yeah,
like Flurry, whatever they're called.
yeah, it's like the toppings.
Yeah, so I like they had a store brand. It was kind of like an Oreo where one was chocolate and one cookie was vanilla. It was like one was chocolate, one was vanilla. Eh,
Oh yeah, the the toppings. Well, not the toppings. It's like like the bread of the
yeah,
sandwich
yeah,
cookie.
the cookie, right?
Whatever you call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then so I would get those, and then I had little Dixie cups, and I would just fill it up with milk, and then dip the cookie into it. Also, I've been on a real, completely unrelated. I got sidetracked. Uh, I've been on a real strawberry milk kick lately. I've been
Mm.
drinking some strawberry milk. Pretty good. Pretty good. But yes. That
We've
is.
we've been doing more hot chocolate here lately.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, that's also another thing. Like I think Christmas Eve we went to like the Polar Express. Like there was like this little train event. Uh, we did that, and they had like hot chocolate on the train for the little show. And let me tell you what, that was like insanely good. I wanted like another little cup, but like like the show was like meant for like
Yeah.
kids who are like 5. But like we went because we have like we had like this new like little kid in our family, kind of.
Oh,
He's like
okay.
4 or 2, so.
Congratulations. Yeah.
No, not mine. No.
This is my first time ever saying congratulations.
Because like during the movie, if you saw like the Polar Express movie, they do have like the hot chocolate song, and they did that, and then they gave out like actual hot chocolate, and like they had to like actually use like real chocolate, like the legit stuff, not like this Hershey Kiss thing we get over here. This was like imported from somewhere else or something because it was just that good.
It was?
And yeah, like I was surprised by it because it was like a little show for like little kids, and like I haven't really seen like the Polar Express like too much. I mean, like saw it like once, and like I knew it was like a book, and like they read like the book on the train ride.
Yeah.
It was like an actual train too, so that was pretty cool. And they had like people like acting out like in each little carriage compartment, like storage thing. I don't know what the trains are called. Like how like trains like all linked up. It has like the different cabins, I guess.
Yeah.
There was like 10 of those, so like we were like in like 7 or 8. So like we're kind of like in the back, and like the actors were just kind of like zooming down like the aisles and stuff, was just like singing and dancing. You know,
Hmm.
they really like went all out for it. You know, I thought they did a pretty good job. You know, but
Well,
it was kind of long for like an hour and like 20 minutes or whatever. And then like Santa Claus came out like at the end to give like the kids like the little bell. You know, and
yeah.
the kid in like my family actually hates Santa, so we were kind of concerned.
He's a real Grinch, that one.
He loves the Grinch. That's no, not even joking. Because they stayed over here for like a week, and I must have seen like the Jim Carrey Grinch. I don't know, like 10 times in
Yeah.
that time frame. But I love that movie, so it didn't really bother me. But he likes the Grinch and he likes Krampus. He met
Krampus.
Krampus because there was an event like back in his hometown. Uh, well, Krampus was you could take a picture of Krampus,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's like night and day difference. Like he's smiling in the Krampus picture, and he's crying in the Santa picture.
He's like, shout out to Krampus.
Krampus and Grinch.
Yeah. Um, and then the real question is, was Tom Hanks there? Um,
No,
okay. Well,
they did have the train conductor guy. Like it was a really good knockoff. It was like
maybe it was his
that whole
brother.
general Tom Hanks.
Maybe, maybe it was Tom Hanks's brother. Cause,
I
uh,
think I have a picture. I'll probably show you after. But
all right.
yeah, it
Um,
was good.
he, yeah, because I think his brother, Tom Hanks's brother, does his voice in like Kingdom Hearts, and like,
It's like when he doesn't want to do it, he gets his brother to do it, basically.
yeah, that'd be nice. Imagine that. Like you just get something just because he sounds similar to your brother.
Yeah,
Um,
because I think his brother is Woody in the Kingdom Hearts games, so that makes sense.
yeah, because I think it's not just there, but like like the toys and things. He gets his
Oh
brother
yeah,
to do it. Um,
because paying for Tom Hanks after a while probably does get annoying. So they just like, hey, can we get your like brothers just to do this?
uh,
We'll get you for like the actual movie, but
yeah.
they're making another one of those things, like another Toy Story. Like
Oh yeah. I know. I
I think it's
wonder.
just called Tim Allen say he did like his lines.
I am curious what they end up doing because the last one, I'm trying to remember. I think
That was when
they split off, didn't they? They're not all together anymore.
yeah, yeah. He left him. He went. He's with Bo Peep. He's at the carnival thing.
He's on tour now. Yeah,
Yeah, he's seeing the world, I guess.
something's probably
But
gonna
I guess
happen where he's gotta get back with Buzz and Woody. Because I think I saw something about it has to do with the buzzes having a defect in them, and all of a sudden they all start turning evil or something. I forget what it was.
yeah, that's what I saw too. I don't know if that's gonna be the thing, but I guess we'll see it this year and next whenever it comes out. I think it's the next year thing.
Yeah, next year.
It's still crazy to me how that's like another one. Like I get that they make so much money, but like I didn't even really like the last one, and I thought three was like a really good conclusion.
Yeah.
But we both want to watch this thing,
Oh yeah,
so
we'll be there. Yeah, especially you got that new kid of yours. You'll be watching it like.
it is not mine.
um, but speaking of video games, the there is a video game that you've been playing. Um, I figured we could talk about it. Because not only you got it while it was on sale, it's still on sale.
Okay.
Um, and I played it as well when it first came out.
Ooh,
Um,
good shit.
Rose and Camellia collection, which, if you ask me to describe it, it's just the slapping game.
Yeah, it is like Punch Out, but with slaps. You play as like these women. There's like an actual like storyline that happens, and it's played like super seriously, but then like when you're actually fighting, it's like the goofiest thing in existence.
Yeah, and not only that, but so this is on the Switch, and it does not have pro controller support, and you need to use the motion control, right?
Yeah, it's like a motion based game, and you know me, I do like this gimmick stuff as long as it works, you know.
Yeah.
And I've been having a blast with this nonsense.
Did you
Like
try any
it's
multiplayer?
I did a bit with some family members, but they didn't really grasp on the concept of it as well. So like it was just me trying not to like instantly like defeat them, like KO them, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah, sometimes that happens when you're playing a game with someone that doesn't play games. You got to be like, listen, I just need to just be a little worse than usual. But sometimes it's not hard to do, for me at least, and just so that they don't just get demolished and never want to play the game again.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I always like having someone to like try stuff with, and I try not to instantly do that. And like this game actually doesn't use the buttons too much. There's probably like two buttons you actually do use, but you have to do like the motion with it. So I think that was throwing them off. You know, I think they just wanted to just do the motion, not have like button press down with the motion, because like you have to do like ZR or like Z whatever and hold it down and like to back off to like dodge and you know to counter there's like another button. I think you have to press like A when you go punch stuff because there is certain openings where you want to actually punch and how hard you punch, you know, determines like your slap. If you give like a weak wave, it's like a weak slap, so you don't get as much damage. And you know, I had like the little strip wraps, you know, wrist straps, whatever. So like no controllers were like going flying through like the screen or anything. Because I actually did have this up on the TV. So you know, that's a little unusual for me, but like I thought it'd be a lot more easier to for everybody to see to try it out with the slaps and stuff.
Right, yeah. Because not only does it use the um motion controls for like the slapping, but also it does, I guess it would work with the Switch Lite because it allows touch controls for the swipes as well.
Oh,
You just couldn't do
okay.
the
I didn't try that.
multiplayer because the multiplayer you need to have
Yeah.
the Joy Cons. But yeah, this, and it also, it kind of like the the art style is kind of just uh it's like what, like hand drawn, and kind of just looks like something you would get from like a um uh, geez, I'm trying to think of it's like what's the name of that one um geez, I can't even remember it. It's like not Victorian, but it's like like
Oh, yeah. It's like the Pride and Prejudice.
yeah, it's like Pride and
Yeah.
Prejudice type era kind of
Yeah.
like where people are
Everybody
wearing
is
like
so
corsets
formal,
and yeah.
you know. Like that's even like one of those storylines because there's like two scenarios and then there's like a little fun extra one because this company also makes like another game and they have like that game so you can play as like those woman characters from that game. It's like it's killing me. It it's like the underground like exploring game. It starts with like an L. There's like two of them. It's killing me. But
The
yeah, this
underground
seems like
exploring game.
yeah, like it's like you know, there's like a bunch of like riddles and puzzles you have to uh figure out. It's like a Metrovania type of thing. Uh,
Oh, um, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
so you see characters in that game, and like you fight like a good amount of people in these scenarios, you know. But like the game itself is like not like super long, you know. But if you're like somebody who likes to do like a perfect run type of thing, then yeah, it's gonna be a little difficult because there's certain opens you have to do to get like a flowy stress, like a good parry session, you know, type of thing. Because like if you hit somebody at the perfect moment, you can just kind of like slap them like 20 times. That takes off like a lot of the meter. It gives you like a cool finish if you were able to finish off that person like that. And like some of these women you fight against, especially in the later scenarios, uh, they have like so much more health than you. You actually do have to like, learn to dodge and like learn to block and parry correctly, counter, whatever, that type of thing. And it's really funny. I really like it because I think the concept is just insane. This sounds like something we would joke about making a game, and someone actually just kind of did it.
Yeah, because WayForward helped like publish it, right?
Yeah,
And I don't know. It just it says like it's like five different games. It was uh La Mulana. La
there
Mu-
we go.
yeah, La Mulana. Yeah. But yeah, this is like it says it's like multiple games. So but I think that's just what they're calling. Like it's not actually. I don't think that these ever came out, did they?
I think they were like a flash game type of thing.
Oh, Flash games are
Mm.
probably like itch.io or something.
Yeah, I think it's something like that because it does honestly seem like something like back in like the early internet days where it would be like on Newground Games, type of thing,
Yeah.
and you just kind of like slap and wait for like the next drop, which would be like 2 years after the first one, that type
Right.
of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember I played it, I enjoyed it, um, but it's one where I didn't finish it. Obviously, I don't finish a lot of games, but I did enjoy my time with it. Um, and this one is only on the Switch. Um, Limited Run Games is doing a physical release, but it's 19.99 on the store usually, but it's 9.99 now until the 6th at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So,
And I think for like $10 for like the novelty of it is good. But
yeah.
like if you're like someone who's like missing the sale and like wants to try it out, I would probably wait a little bit. I don't know if you would get $20 out of it unless like you're like a perfectionist type of thing. Because I did a couple runs and like I actually did like lose on like one of the scenarios and like it erases like all your score. And you can continue from that fight, so it's not like you have to go like right back from the
Oh,
beginning. So you
okay.
can still beat it.
So you can
It's
beat it,
just
but
it
your
was
score.
yeah, my score was like pitiful because I lost at the very last one, and you know, if you do find the right openings, you do like the 20 slaps in a row type of thing. You counter each time she slaps you because it's actually kind of turn based actually. Like you go and then you wait for them to attack you. Vice versa. So like you're not just like slapping like in real time back and forth. You have to wait your turn. You
Right.
can like react to it, but like, we
And
just can't be like swinging arms.
you got to do like the pump fake where you pretend to slap so that then they back up, and by the
Oh
time they come
yeah,
back, you
that is so good.
yeah, you slap them,
To
and
take him out.
yeah, fake. You got to fake them out. That's what you got to do in this slap game, you know. But yeah, it was pretty good. I'm enjoyed it. That came out, what was that, last year?
I
Oh
think
no, it's
well,
this year. It came out April.
no, no, it's not the shoot.
Oh, it came out last year,
It's
2024.
not the shoot.
I meant did it
I
come
know.
out in 2023, but
I,
yeah, no, it came
I
out.
was thinking 2023 too, because I was like, how old is this? Because it's been on my wish list for a while. Because I've been waiting for a sale because, like I said, I was always interested in the idea of it. It's just I don't know if I was gonna get like $20 out of it. I easily got my 10. I'm still gonna have this in like the background type of thing. Like if I need to kill something, like sometime like like 5 or 10 minutes, I would do a couple little fights. You know, suspend it and come back to it. But like I don't know if I would be like super thrilled if I spent 20 for it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Well, and I got a code for it, so I can't really say how I would
Yeah,
feel about it.
cause I waited for this $10 sale for like 8 months. So
Hashtag worth it. Um, All right, let's see here. So, yeah, so you played that. That's Rose and Camellia um,
Collection.
collection. Yes. And then, like, I was trying to see, like, what games I played quite a bit of. Here's the problem. There are so many games that I played this week that I just kind of, like, bounced off of.
Hmm.
Two of them. Okay. One was Black Myth Wukong. I, I wanted to like it. I played it. First, I was immediately regretting my decision to get this game, um, mainly because the main character started talking and he just sounded so just annoying. And I was like, well, the good news is I skipped these cutscenes, but
I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
but the bad news is I don't like the way that I sound. My character just sounded so just he sounded like annoying, or like the voice that like a character would have if they were like the villain and they were supposed to be annoying you, but instead he was just like, yeah, this is how I am, and he sounded kind of like that, and did not like it. And then so that was like the I guess the Monkey King. It was like the one from before that you're trying now, like you're it was like years later, and you after the opening cutscene or whatever, then you come through and you it's like, no, you're gonna do it, and it like kind of feels like a Souls like, but uh the animation, it was like getting in the way of the combat for me. Even like I'm okay with animation, uh, taking animation into account when it comes to combat, because I really enjoy the um Monster Hunter games, and they do that a lot where you need to
Oh yeah.
take the animation into account. But this would be like, I could do a move. It seemed like I could do my light attack, and the amount of time it would take to get the light attack off is different depending on like if I was like throwing the hit from my left foot or my right foot. Maybe if I ended up spending more time with it, I would have liked it. But then also I was playing on GeForce Now, and I was getting like a stuttering issue, so I left it, came back. I was still getting a stuttering issue, and then I was like, I don't feel like dealing with the stuttering issue, so I went tried like two different games, no issues with those. Came back, I was having an issue with that, um, and so I was like, this one's not for me. I bounced off of it. Black Myth Wukong. The other game I bounced off of pretty hard, Mel. I'll,
Hmm.
I'll tell you. Um, and when I say I tell you, I mean I need to scroll back and look and see.
That's how I remember what this thing was. Gotcha.
Yeah, this is how memorable it was. It. Okay, I found it. I don't know how I missed it. It was Hellblade 2. Um,
Oh wow. Okay.
but there's two things I'm not a big fan of in video games. One, cutscenes. Okay.
Which
Uh,
is half of the blade, so good start.
yeah. And two is the old walk and talk, where
Mm,
they'll like either hide a loading in the walking and talking. I would rather just sit and watch loading screen because I could, look at my phone or whatever. But this is like the whole game is just a walk and talk. And from what I played in the opening like 30 minutes,
mm,
was not a fan.
mm.
I just couldn't get into it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back and give it a shot, and then I just haven't gone back to it. Um, Sadly. Um,
Because I played the first one and I really liked it, but I totally honestly forgot that it came out last year. The second one, you know?
yeah. I keep forgetting when you're like last year. I was like, no, it came out this year. I keep forgetting.
I
No, that
know.
was
I know.
3 days ago. That was last
That's
year.
gonna be this entire month, you
Yeah,
know.
I know. All January, I'm gonna be like, no, it was out this year, and you're like, no, it wasn't. um, but yeah, I um and so because I was falling off of these games, right? Like with Hellblade, Black Myth, um I just went to some of my comfort games, which was because told you before about how I got that PS5, and I was like,
Yeah, that it was brand spanking new. I mean, still
yeah,
good spanking new, you know. So
yeah, exactly. Um, but I went through and I was like, oh, that's right, Vampire Survivors is on there, and I did what anyone would do in my
oh boy.
instance, and I got the platinum trophy. So
Ooh, congratulations.
well,
I mean,
thank
because
you.
that's a lot of things you got to do for that, you know.
There are quite a few things. In fact, so since I got it, right, the platinum trophy, I was like, oh wow, that felt pretty good getting a platinum trophy. Let me try and get the platinum trophy in Hades because I was playing Hades. But the problem is
Mm.
I don't have PlayStation Plus right now because I was like,
So you don't
"Huh."
have all your saves and
So I
stuff.
didn't have my save, so I had to start over with Hades, which is fine now because I've already beaten it like 15 times. Like so I got those
You know how to do it,
trophies
you
and
know.
stuff. And yeah,
Yeah.
if I played that for 44 hours. I'm sitting at like 51% of the trophies.
Hmm.
Um, and then I went and looked on Steam. I'm like 75 or 78% of the way done with the trophies or the achievements. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll just do it over there.
Yeah, why not? It's
Yeah. But Vampire Survivors, I played it um 69 hours it took me to get the all of the trophies for the platinum. But I didn't get any of the trophies for like the DLC, so I got 100% on the main game. But then in terms of the add-ons, I mean, I got 100% except for all the DLC, which it's not too bad.
that's a lot. Yeah, because I'm sure like they add the DLC stuff, but I'm sure they don't add as nearly as much stuff as like the base game's achievement slash trophy system. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Did you played that game, right? Vampire Survivor.
Oh, I love Vampire Survivors. That's one of the three roguelikes you got me on now. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to get Mel into more roguelikes. That
because you
let
know,
me guess
I
them. I think I
oh
already know them, right?
yeah, you should know him. You
Hades,
yeah.
Cult of the Lamb,
Oh,
Vampire Survivors,
I mean,
and
you got two of them.
hold on now. Wait, there was another. Oh, Dave the Diver, maybe.
Oh, that's actually a good one too. I was thinking of the latest edition from my top three.
The latest edition. Oh,
The latest edition. I have to talk about it later in
oh
this
yeah,
one.
that's true. Balatro, probably.
Yeah, that's your fault right there.
I was like, yeah, Mel, give it a shot. See what you think. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't. Who's to say? Um,
You.
who's to say? Um,
But I think Dave the Diver is like right underneath uh three. You know,
mm,
that's probably fourth. I don't know if I have five. So you probably find another one for me this year, and I'll play it after waiting like almost the entire year not to, because that's what happened with all these other ones as well.
yeah.
Hades was like 6 months. You're like, get it. I was like, the first sale it goes on, it was like $2 off, and I got it.
Yeah, I think I got you to get it because I was like, go ahead and buy it. If you don't like it, I'll give you the money back.
Yeah, that's what you said. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I played like 10 hours of it like in a day and a half, and I was like,
You son of a
I can't
gun.
tell them I don't like it.
Yeah, because I would have been like, show me your playtime.
that's why I have to hide it. I have to hide it from
Yeah,
you.
this is why you hide it so you can get free. You're gonna hide it again when Hades 2 comes out. Um,
I know. Because you know, you play them while they're in the early access stuff. I wait until the full quote unquote release. So
oh yeah, because
tend to
yeah,
wait a little bit.
let's be honest, because they got all the achievements and stuff they're gonna add. I'm probably just gonna start it over again once
Yeah,
it comes out.
because we both know, like, yeah, they're gonna they're gonna push it out, and then they're gonna add stuff. Because like all these roguelike games now that actually do well, they're always adding like new things to it. Like Vampire Survivors, I don't see them ever making a two at this point. If they do, it's probably gonna be like 5 years from now, like after they exhausted everything, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. They're probably still releasing um, tro- the they'll probably still be releasing DLC all year long.
Yeah, they probably have like collaborations like for like the next like 2 to 3 years already planned out, you know? I wouldn't be surprised. And we're gonna be downloading and playing them, you know?
Yeah,
Like I can't get rid of that icon off my screen because I know they're gonna just put in more DLC for it. I'm gonna go play it because I like that as well.
yeah. And the problem is they keep adding DLC. So I got the ribbon for so on Steam. If you get all the trophies or achievements, they'll give you a ribbon, like a blue ribbon, to be like, "Oh, look, I got all the trophies." And you know what happened? Uh, Now I'm at 209 out of 220. So I'm missing 11 of them. And so I'm still at 95% complete, but
It's
uh
not 100.
the okay, well hold on.
I mean, mine's not that close as yours because you play way more than I do, but it's still like in like the good like 70s, you know. So
Yeah, I was like, yeah, so I got a couple more to get. You're like, well, that's not 100. Let's be honest.
because I'll get into moments of time where like I just want to play just that, or like I'll only play that for like 20 minutes to kill something while I'm waiting for something, and I get like an achievement or two, you know, knocked off that way.
Yeah, yeah. The same sort of thing happened with me with that, where I was like, oh, I want to get all the achievements, but uh, same thing happened with Atomic Crops because I really enjoy that game, and I wanted all of the achievements on that game, but then I don't know what happened, but I was gonna say I barely played it, but apparently it was my like most played game on Switch last year,
Yeah,
2024.
so
I was like, I
not
have
surprised.
barely played it, and then it was like my number one game.
I hate when that happens because I was looking at mine because like you know they pushed that out too, and like I had like Endless Ocean for like number three. I was like, there's no way I played Endless Ocean.
You're a big Endless Ocean fan. I forgot about how much you like that
I mean,
game.
I am, but like I was like, there's no way I put 60 hours, and it's like sure enough it.
Yeah,
I was like, what do you know?
but I mean, while we're on the subject of Balatro, how about that video game? Am I right?
Yeah, uh, I was able to actually try it last night. So this was like super recent impressions.
Yeah, I thought you
Uh,
might not have to be able to. I was like, oh, I guess you won't get to play it because you were having issues starting it up, but you
yeah,
got it
because
going.
like my computer is stupid, but like it's good enough to run that, you know, because it's that. It's like you know not too
Right.
heavy inducing or anything, but I got it up and going, and it's like the worst mistake I made in a long time, type of thing.
You're
Because
welcome.
even now, like, you know, I like doing this, but like I just want to play that right now.
Well, hold on.
Like, you're
Are you
lucky I don't
playing?
have it up
Are
in the
you playing? I was
background.
gonna say, are you playing right now? I was about to load it up. Um,
Because I can't focus when I get too into something and to talk like that. If it was something like more low key, which is funny because like Balatro itself isn't like really like high pace or anything, but like
yeah,
when I get into the zone of trying to think of combinations of like what to do, or if I want to like chance something, you know, I spend like several minutes like on the screen. Like I'm so glad it doesn't have like a countdown timer for like the selection process, because like I'm honestly trying to build like the best build, and I was like really proud of myself getting like a win out of like my first like 3 or 4 runs. I was like, oh wow, this is cool, and like ever since then I haven't gotten a win. I only won once for like 10 hours into this so far, and I don't know, it does have that really like addiction feeling of like just going like one more time, because like the rounds itself don't really take too long. Um, you can make a bunch of different cards, you collect cards.
What?
Uh,
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is Balatro for people that don't know what Balatro is?
because it's like I guess it's based off poker.
Yeah,
So you have like this score you need to meet at the end of each round, and like there's like different like abilities you can get for like different cards, because it's like the normal like 52 card deck you get, but like you can buy certain cards, and like the jokers are like the specialty cards. So like each joker, which is like 150 different jokers, they all do something different. You can upgrade those through the tarot cards, and the tarot cards can upgrade your normal cards. And like you can change like a card suit, you can change like the ranking, like you can make like a jack or like a queen or whatever. um and then like there's like all these multipliers that you want to build off, because there's only so many jokers you can get. Like when you start off, it's only 5 jokers you can get, so you have to really like pick and choose like what do you want to get. And after you complete a run, not a run, after you complete a round, there's a shop you can buy, because you earn money based off how you did in the previous round. You have discard hands. You can take away cards, but you only get a certain number, and you can improve or decrease those by buying certain cards. They have like that effect going on. And same for like the round of hands. Like you can like improve or like decrease that as well. And there's like different card decks you can get. I think you start off with like 2 or 3. I think there's like 5 altogether, and they all start off with like a different starting perk. Like the deck I completed on was like the yellow or the gold deck. And
yeah,
like they give you like $10 to start with, so like that's really good to like buy stuff from the get go, because like you're not really earning like a lot of money early on. But again, there's like more cards and combinations and crap to where you can earn a whole bunch, because like some of the stuff you can do is crazy. And it's like it's all very chancy, but like they give you certain things you can do to make combinations, because it's like poker. You can make the flush, the pairs, the full house, all that stuff still
right.
goes
Yeah.
on. And I wasn't like a big like poker fan myself, but like it kind of reminds me of like a pocket card jockey, because like that was like based off
Oh,
solitaire.
yeah.
And like I didn't really care about solitaire, but like I got into like the game aspect of like making like the perfect horse. And, it's kind of like this in that sense. You want to make like the perfect combination hand, and you want to like build upon that, because like you don't know what you're gonna run up against in these later rounds, because you do like 2 normal rounds, and then it's like quote unquote like a boss round kind of thing, where it's like there's a limitation, or like just a really high score you have to get to beat it. And usually you get like some really cool perks in the shop after you beat it. So like some of these like boss rush, I mean boss stages, you want to call them, I guess. It's like all cards with like hearts. They're like you don't get like extra bonus points for them. And like there was like one round where like all my jokers were like all cards are hearts. So like so, like it completely ruined like my hand I had there. And there's like these little tags you can get if you skip a previous round. Like, if you don't want to actually play, they give you something for like skipping it. So you're not like completely out of the dust. Left out in the dust for that. Sometimes it is better just to play the actual round, but you do have to play like these boss stages. You can't like avoid them. And it's just so much fun, because it's always a new feeling for each one, and you're always collecting something too. Like there's the tarot cards, there's the planet cards, which is like it improves like the multiplier thing for what type of card you're playing.
Oh, right.
So like
Yeah.
there's like the winning one I did, I was like doing 2 pairs, and like my 2 pairs was like times 12, that type of thing. So like I was getting a whole bunch, and like all my jokers were like, you know, built off of that, just built off that concept. Like I had like this one joker card. It was like a pair of pants. It was like each time you play like 4 cards, it just ranks up. And then like I had like another card like that. It's like each time like a pair is played, you get like 80 chips or whatever. Because like the chips is like what you need to get, you know. It starts off like at 600 or like so, and then like by like the end you have to earn like hundreds of thousands, like a million to get like, the winning run type of thing. And I didn't think I was gonna like it because I don't really like card stuff. But I think I'm okay with card stuff as long as it's based on actual like cards. Because this is again mostly poker, and you don't actually take any bets or anything. All the money you earn in the game is you using to buy cards or like abilities to boost up your cards type of thing. So it's not like you need money. Because there was just like some rounds where I had like no money, and like the perk was like uh not the perk, the thing that was going against me was
Oh,
like
okay, yeah.
for each card you play, you lose like $1. So you can actually go into the negatives of this because there was like one joker is like a credit card, and it's like if you buy it, you can go into like $20 in debt before like you actually get like docked for it. So I was using that for a bit just to buy stuff because I was always trying to improve the planet cards, which was like the pairs, the flushes, the you know high
Oh,
cards.
right, yeah.
I was always trying to get those, and if I had any money left over, I would get the tarot cards. And tarot cards are like they're more of a risk reward thing because like some of them are like, hey, you can turn like 3 cards into the same suit. And it's like, okay, that's helpful to making like flushes and stuff. But like again, if you go into a run where it's like all these cards in this suit, it sucks. You don't get the points for it. That kind of sucks. But then there's stuff like steel cards. Like if you have like the steel card in your hand, it's like a multiplier type of thing. And there's like one was like a glass card. It's like also a different type of multiplier, but like it has like a 1 in 4 chance of breaking if you use it. And let me tell you what, I've been super unlucky with that stuff. I don't think it's 1 in 4 chance. It's like 1 in 2 to me. That's like 50-50 for my half. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's like ones you can put these little seals on. There's like a red seal, it like goes again. Purple seal, like if you discard it, you get like more tarot cards to use. Uh, it's like blue and gold. I know gold does like the money. You can make certain cards lucky. You know, get like more multipliers going off of that stuff. It's just super fun, and I really like it. And I'm gonna try to do as much as possible for this. I know you like it as well too,
Yeah.
but
I- And I think the nice thing is that like not only is it on everything, but it'll run on everything. Like sure it's on GeForce Now, but I could also just run it on my computer, like if I wanted to. Like if I didn't want to use you know, the internet, but yeah, it's on there. It's on everything. It's I think they also have like Balatro on Netflix. I think it's like there as well. Uh,
oh, really? I know it's on the phone because I'm just like this close to getting on the phone as well because it's just so good.
um,
It's really good.
I'm just double checking, but yeah, I think it is. Uh, oh no, wait, maybe it was Apple
Apple
Balatro
Arcade.
plus Apple Arcade. That's what it was.
Yeah, because I know I talked to you before. I was thinking about just getting like a month of Apple Arcade to do this and the other game I actually played for this week. But
Yeah.
like now it's like I think I just kind of want to just buy Balatro again. That type of thing.
So if you were to buy it again, would you get it on mobile or Switch?
See, that's the thing.
Because you're playing
Like
on
I
the
use
laptop now, right? Like on your computer now, but
yeah, yeah.
you
It's
want to be relaxed playing it.
because my laptop is it's a laptop so I don't want to like constantly use it for like that type of thing because like I said like when I first loaded this up I was like playing for like 6 hours so And
Yeah.
because you asked me what I was doing, I was like, "Oh, I'm doing this," and then you're like, "Hey, are you still doing this?" I was like, "Yeah."
I was like, that's wild. I was like, it says you're, still playing it. And you're like, yeah, because I am. And I was like, oh. uh,
I'm surprised too, buddy. Because
Listen, pal. Yeah.
I'm really insanely picky with these roguelikes, but you're like insanely good at picking the ones would like. Because there's like a billion of these now, but like I just have to wait for you to tell me which one I'm gonna like at this point,
Yeah.
honestly, because
That's
it's
true.
gonna be right.
That's true. Did you ever play Legacy? Did you ever
Rogue
play the
Legacy?
Rogue Legacy?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
But
got
I
that.
think
No.
you said you didn't like the look of it, right?
Yeah, I know I didn't like the look of two. I don't remember how one looks. If one looks the same,
It
then yeah.
looks a little worse than two, I think. looks it's um but yeah.
Cause I know we're doing the end of the year show next week, so I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, I played this one in this year. You know, I was already thinking about it. I was like, I think this may be my favorite game that didn't come out this year that I'm gonna play for this year. You know, that type of thing.
Oh yeah.
Because I think it's gonna be really hard to beat this. You know.
That's true. I'm trying to think of if there could be anything else that would beat it. I mean,
In that category, because we do that category of like, what is the favorite game we played that didn't come out this year?
right,
So
because I know we play. Well, I mean, Hades, but Hades, you're waiting for 1.0, so like that's pretty much when it comes out for most people.
yeah, that's gonna be me for that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was just having a difficult time because I am more of a gameplay focused type of person. I like to have the stories and such like that too, but like I don't need them, you know.
Right.
I need actual gameplay because like if something's like really super story based, it has to be like a really good story
They got to
because
get you
that
with
is the
that loop.
gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the gameplay. For like something that's just gamey, you know, I can live without the story. I don't even know what you do for a story for this, you know. It's just like,
Yeah. Plus, they have a
you
bunch
know,
of like DLC. I haven't even checked any of that out. Did you? Where they got like Dave the Diver and a couple other
I
DLC
think it's just
packs?
cards. I think it's just cards, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen those yet. I don't know if you have to unlock them
I
or download it
think you
correctly.
might have to download a free download. I think you might have to
I might
go.
have to do that. I have to check after, but I haven't seen them in my playthroughs of the game. But
Oh
I
yeah.
think it's just cards because they're on the face cards. You see, like the Among Us, Dave Diver,
Yeah.
I think Bloodstain, Shovel Knight, of course,
Witcher, I
because you know.
think. Yeah.
Oh
Witcher.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think Witcher's on there. Yeah, there's a couple. But yeah, this talking about this has me wanting to play. There's another roguelike that I can't. Yeah, roguelite maybe. It's called Ball. It's called Ball Alienaire. It's like billionaire, but with the
Oh
ball. It's
yeah.
like the pinball type.
I did see people talk about this, but I didn't know it was pinball.
Well, it's kind of like pinball meets Palinko, sort of.
Okay, that's not making it any worse, in my opinion. That's only making
Uh,
it better, buddy.
it's, it's
Oh, it's only like these two cool things. No
yeah.
big deal.
So Ball Alienaire is a fast-paced kinetic roguelike where strategy meets physics to create outrageous wealth. Find and exploit game-breaking synergies as you theory craft your way to victory. Welcome to the auto bonker genre. Yeah, I'm. You know what? I talked myself into it. I'm gonna get this and then play it this week, and then I'll talk about it next week.
Stream it, so
Stream.
I can watch it.
Okay, yeah, I'll stream it so you can watch it.
Because
But
I heard people mention it, but they didn't mention what it was about. So this might be the one for this year for me.
oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, and it uses like less lower specs than even um Balatro, I think, are around the
Cool.
same.
Oh,
Yeah, but
oh,
we're gonna.
you know,
I got another game that I played, but we're gonna take a quick break and then we'll be right back.
okay.
Oh my goodness, we're back. That was
Yeah.
that was quick. I say quick. We probably talked for another 15 minutes before coming back. We're like, you know what? This is gonna. Um,
It's like, oh yeah, we have to finish.
yeah, let's finish the show. But yeah, last episode, I remember. I was like looking at the games. I was trying to remember what I played, and then I remembered. Oh, the reason why it wasn't showing up is because I played it. I played it and deleted it, and because once you play through the demo and you can like save it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play through the Uncharted games. So I re-downloaded all of them, and then I started playing the first one this morning, and I was like, I don't think I want to play the Uncharted games again right now. But that's not the game I'm talking about. I played the
Yeah.
yeah, we're getting there. Uh, um, the PS5 I played the demo for Metaphor ReFantazio. Um, Now this is a game. You are a big fan of the Persona games, yeah?
More the Shin Megami Tensei games, but I do like
Oh,
Persona
that's true.
games.
Yeah. Um, is this all the same team as Persona, or like is that like this a
Um,
big studio
I
where they might be working on multiple games at a time?
I think they just work on multiple stuff, but like this is kind of like a fusion of like both of those series, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Where
you really like one or the other, you should be able to be okay too, unless if you're like hardcore into the Persona stuff or like the social thing, maybe this one might not be touching that as much because they don't really have like the social links work the same way in this one.
right,
You know.
yeah. Uh, th- uh, those games give me a lot of anxiety. Those games where I'm like, okay, those games and like even like Stardew Valley, where I'll be like, I need to do this, but if I do this, I can't do that. And I am in the game. I want to be able to do everything without the time running out
Well,
on me.
well,
Um,
this one still has stuff like that because there's
yeah,
still like certain dungeons you can't do in certain runs. Like if you want to see like everything, you have to do it like at least twice. You know, that type of thing.
right. And I think I saw something about it being like it could be up to 100 hours for one run.
Yeah. I know if you like lower the difficulty settings and stuff, you can probably get into like the 60-hour range, you know, but like,
Yeah.
and then that's a big ask for people.
Right. Yeah, because I certainly lowered the difficulty because I watched some people play it and um, turn-based RPG. I watched some people play it. I mean, it's kind of like it almost reminded me a bit of. Now, hear me out. I think it was Final Fantasy V with like the job system where they have like the
Okay, I can see it.
where you get your relationships with people, and then as you deepen your relationships with them, you learn new jobs that every one of the characters can use, and you can like level them up, and like they get like certain skills that they keep with them, no matter what job they have. So it's like, um, yeah. Whenever I see stuff like that in the game, I'm like, oh man, I want to um, just I could um so back in the day, right, when the
Mhm.
PS1 came out, um, I'll get to the thought in a second here, but we're getting there. Back in the day when the PS1, but it was ONE came out, the little one with the screen, the little extra screen. I was like, I don't even need the TV for this. So I had the computer desk, and I had the desktop computer. Um, the one that I used for like school. But then the PS1 I hooked up next to it. I went and got a bigger power strip so that I could fit it. And I had the PS1 next to it, and I was grinding in Final Fantasy VII one summer, grinding on there while on AOL, like talking with my friends. And I was
Mhm.
like, man, now this is living. And it, because of that, I think I feel like when I see like a thing like this where I'm like, "Ooh, I want to level up each character up, you know, um, each class." And I was like, "Oh, I want to just keep." So I was in the demo running around back and forth, just because if you would leave, like move out of one area and move into another, the enemies would like reappear. So I would like
Mhm.
run into the same enemies over and over again and try and kill them. Plus this game has this thing where you see them in the overworld, or like you see the enemies, right? This takes
Yeah.
place in like, I don't know, it's almost, some parts make it seem like it's from Earth, but like super far in the future or something, like where it's like the stuff that happened here on Earth with us might have been like years before any of this stuff that's happening. And like the humans are these like monsters, like they call them humans, but they're like these like monster beasts looking creatures, but they also sort of look almost like humanoid esque. um and so, but then the game, it's like the game, uh, there's a lot of talking in this game as well. So
Oh, of course.
but I did this I did something I don't normally do, where I sat there and I was like, I'm not skipping any of these cutscenes, okay? So I went and just watched them all. And
Well, that is a very good move on your part because these are very story-heavy games, you know. So
yeah, and I was like, you
they
know
got a
what,
lot of good.
I'm gonna experience it. I want to experience the whole thing. And plus like there's a couple of like podcasts that I listen to where they did like their game of the year wrap up, and they'll do like best character, or best this or best that.
Oh yeah, those are
And
fun.
there's a lot of them that were from this game, so I was like, oh well, let me, I like to know what they're talking about, because I don't know what it was. Maybe my ADHD just got worse as I grew up, because it was undiagnosed. So I used different things to um, get around it or circumvent it. But back in the day, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 6, growing up, I would just read all of the story, and I read all, like I didn't skip through any of the cutscenes or anything. But nowadays, it's like, um, I don't even know. Which is weird, because I will watch television shows, and those are just like long cutscenes. But the,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
I'm
that's what
also,
it is.
yeah, but I'm also on my phone at the same time, so it's not like, uh,
Okay, so you're multitasking still.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the problem I have with like movies and TV shows. It's like my least favorite form of entertainment because it's not interactive enough. And you're over here just adding stuff to it, you know, that type of thing.
yeah. I will do something like when like Steam Deck or Switch, and play that, or um, I started this new move which doesn't really work very well, but I might make it work, where I will scroll TikTok with the volume off, and while I'm watching a show or something. Um,
So you're just trying to piece together. I guess it's like a little puzzle. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta put that down.
yeah, some of them actually have um, subtitles, so I'll watch them, whatever. But yeah, but that's, I think that's probably why I like roguelikes so much. So, because if I'm watching a show, I don't have to pay as much attention
Yeah,
to it.
because I do that as well. Like I have something on in the background, but I'm not like actively watching it. One of the two is having my main attention,
Mm.
and like after a certain point, whatever has my main attention, I just turn off the other one.
Oh yeah,
Usually the TV loses. So
yeah, that'll happen. Um, Also, there's like um, I was like, I like to go through and like look to see like what upcoming like roguelike games there are coming out, and then uh, this is unrelated to um this is unrelated to, we were
well,
talking
like
about the roguelikes, but I was trying to
yeah,
find one that I think I would like to play, and then I was like, I don't know, this one looks like I'm not gonna enjoy, I don't think I'm gonna like this one. And So I told you to be like, let me see if Mel's on my side. And sure enough, you were like,
Oh yeah,
I don't think I am either. And that's Hyper Light Breaker. Um, that
that was
comes
like the first message I think you sent me for the new year. You're like, I don't know what it is, but this does not look good.
also Happy New Year.
Yeah, it was just like that.
uh, yeah, I uh, I keep pulling it up and like looking at videos of it. And I don't know. I requested a code to see if I could get one to like, cause it's got online multiplayer. So
Mhm.
I was thinking, mm, I could get it and see if I enjoyed it. Um, we'll see what happens. But yeah, but actually seeing that has me thinking maybe I'll go back and play Hyperlight Drifter.
Yeah, Drifter. Yeah, because I mean, that's what I want more of. But like, they keep making not this, which I get it because they can make whatever they want, but it
Yeah,
doesn't mean I have to be interested in it.
it almost feels like whoever was in charge of the look and feel of Hyperlight Drifter left the studio.
It could be one of those instances. Well, my bad. Well, that was a fumble. It could just be one of those situations where it's like I did really well on my first try at something. And it's like I don't know how to top this or match this at this point in the same category. So let's try something different to see.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm. I'm thinking because I was thinking, you know what? Because and then so Hyperlight Drifter is, uh, well, 1999, but there's lots of sales often. Um, but then Hyperlight, um, I can't even
Breaker?
Hyperlight Breaker, yeah, is 29.99. It comes out in
Mm.
10 days, 11 days. So
No way. I didn't think it was that soon. I thought it was a couple months ago.
yeah, January 14th, it's coming out in early
Oh
access.
man.
The Heart Machine is the name of the developer, and they just started a Patreon.
Hmm.
So that's interesting.
Could sign up for that, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, that has nothing to do with metaphor. But I will.
Well, well, I think people of our clientele, I guess, should just assume our show is a roguelike at this point.
Yeah, our show is a little all over the place. It is like a roguelike where you'll get half of a story and then whoop, we didn't make it through that one. We're going to start over on a new story. Um, Next run, let's see how that goes. Um, but yeah, the demo is on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. I was looking at the um like comments and talk people talking about the save carrying over, and they're
Yeah.
like it carries over, but listen, you any of the achievements or trophies that you would have gotten at the beginning don't carry over, and so you would have all of them except for the ones from the first like 6 hours of the game.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's wild
Cause like
because they know
that's
you
like the
did it.
yeah, you clearly got through past that point. It must be some kind of glitch in the system because that's like the worst thing about restarting a game. Like you have to actually restart it.
Yeah. That was like my least favorite part of like when demos would come out and it would be the first like hour of the game and then you played again, especially for someone that only plays an hour of the game. So then I played 2 hours of the same section.
Same hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. But yeah.
Like it throws me off when the save doesn't carry over. And like at this point it kinda makes me not want to try some of these demos.
Right. Yeah. But plus some of it is me just wanting to wait for the that's I get annoyed at myself sometimes because if I really like a game, I'll just like look up as much media as I can about the game that I already like know pretty much most of the game by the time it comes out. Mm. And so I try to do not look at certain things, but I can't help myself. Like,
Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff is like impossible not to, especially if you're like an active like YouTube person, and you don't like automatic, well, not automatically, you don't like manually go into and block some certain stuff and to not see certain
oh
ones,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, I would never do that. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not get carried away.
I did that like once, and like for the game I did it for, it was like the Zero Escape series,
Okay, yeah, that
and
makes
like
sense. Yeah, or
it's like
doing that for
very
like
slow.
Danganronpa or something like that, you know?
Yeah, but like the example I have was like even worse because like some of these people's names was like June zero. So like I'm just like having to like omit like usable common words. Like I don't know what you know anything that happened in like the month of June of that year. I didn't know because like I had to block it because that's like one of the main characters' names. You know.
Oh yeah, oh that's true. Um, yeah, that, hmm, that's how they get you. But at the
Yeah,
same
I
time,
guess so.
it's understandable. Um,
But
but yeah, I really
you know,
enjoyed it. I'm planning on playing. Um, I'm just torn about where I want to get it because I was thinking if they do release like a collector's edition, like like another edition, or
yeah,
if it comes to Switch 2, I'd probably rather just play it there.
because it is a long game and like. I know there's been some people scrubbing like the data for this game, and there is like a lot of stuff that's like cut from this. So and Atlas is known to come out with these definitive releases. Like I am extremely pissed about the Shin Megami Tensei 5 with Vengeance thing that happened last year. Cause
Oh
like that completely uh takes like it just like you can't even buy like the regular version of Shin Megami Tensei 5 anymore. Like it replaces that. That's how like
yeah,
major of an improvement it was.
right. So it replaces it, but then if you bought it, you still have to buy the full version again of the new one. You know?
Yeah, it's not like a add-on DLC thing. So, and I played the base one like to death. Like I can't do any more of that. And like you have to go through the start again, that game start for like to see like the new stuff. It's probably like 15, 20 hours in. So it's like I don't know. They're on my list of piss me off lately.
Yeah.
That and the Yiz people. They piss me
Oh
off too.
right, yeah. Because
I don't even know what I'm doing with that.
I think they have a new one coming out next week,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Well, I mean that's
Or is it like a re-release of an older one?
it's it's like a re-release of an older one. I'm fine with that. I'm more upset about 10 finally coming out over here, and then like 2 months later, you're like, hey, we're making another version, and it looks like I just have to buy it again, like the full-on thing.
Yeah.
And there is like new story stuff, but I don't know how much. But I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna keep my copy and not play the new stuff because they're not getting like more money again. That's not happening. I'm just gonna not buy these types of games day one anymore, which is depressing because these are the companies I want to do that for. But like if they're treating me like this, it's kind of like, eh, you know,
Right. Yeah.
because I have the Pokemon Company on the same list, and I know that's gonna sound insane.
Yeah, they're on your list.
They're on my list because they haven't gotten an actual dollar amount from me since like Black and White 2. So
Wait,
I
you haven't bought any of the
no
Pokemon?
no I have not I'm not out of my own pocketbook. Nope. I have found other ways to get these things because I refuse
Oh,
to do that
you robbed a
because
bank.
it's
Is
not
that,
Robin.
is that what happened? Is that you were like I found
No,
other means?
yeah, you know,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, a big giveaway person, so that's what I do.
Oh, that's
Because
true. Yeah.
I'm still mad about the Pokedex cut. I am one of those people, and I don't care.
Listen,
And that's how I stick it back to it.
we listen and we judge. So, what is the Pokédex cut thing?
Like it was in Sword and Shield. Like
Oh,
you can't use all the Pokemon.
oh, that's right. Yeah.
Like I'm fine with them not being in the base game, but like after a certain point, they like usually let you use everybody.
Hmm.
And I think you can actually use most of them to be honest, but it's just the principle of it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because
Because I never know which ones are gonna make it, and I like a lot of ones that are not super popular. So if I want to use this stupid cactus rabbit, I should be able to use it.
can
That
you
type of thing.
can use a garbage pile of trash.
I love Travis in the evolved form. I did use it. He's on my team. He's a champion actually. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, no, that's what I was
I
asking about. If you can get them.
I think he's okay in these later games, but it just makes me not want to invest into like creating new mons and getting really attached to them, because like the whole purpose of it, like getting like really into that kind of stuff is like, hey, I can bring them wherever I want to go. I can use them whenever after a certain point. But like now it's like I don't know if I want to like shiny hunt. I don't know if I want to do like all these
Oh yeah.
like node strategies to make it like super good. I might just beat the storyline and fight like a friend or two and just be done with it. So I'm spending like $60 instead of like 600. That type of thing.
Right. Yeah, that works out. I mean, it works out for the best, I suppose. But
I guess because they do make the best monsters, and I do play all the other versions of that genre. Like I play the Digimon stuff. I do. Uh,
Pow
Humongous
World,
Mistake. Okay,
Temtem.
I'm not doing that. Okay, okay.
Well,
Okay. Not all of them, but I play the good ones.
yeah,
Okay.
Monster Rancher. You're big, big into cassette
I
beasts.
think
You're,
hey, cassette beats is not too bad.
I
Like
do,
the
yeah.
indie stuff, that's not too bad.
Let me say, cassette beasts. I like the way the game looks in battle, but I don't like the way it looks when you're running around.
Yeah,
The
I'm kind of
character
the same
models, I
way.
think.
Yeah, I think they really did more focus on the creatures, which is
Yeah,
fair because that's
you
the
want good
point.
creatures. Yeah.
Want the creatures because you got
What's
to make cool things you want to collect.
Yeah. What's the one that I played recently? Beastie Ball. Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, that was kind of cool. I like
Yeah.
that one too.
There's a nice little twist on it.
Yeah,
Um,
it was sports, volleyball, dodgeball thing, whatever.
yeah.
I think it's volleyball, huh?
Yeah. If you can um if you can Mr. Mime with Ash's mom, you can dodge a wrench, I think is the is the old saying. Um speaking of Fantasian Neo Dimension, you ended up playing that demo, didn't you?
Yeah, nice segue into that.
Yeah, thank
Because
you.
we also did mention we were going to try that out. You weren't able to, but I was able to try it out. Because I actually did want to play this. Because this was locked to the Apple Arcade. It came out in two parts. And,
Yes.
you know, no one's going to play it there.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But it's like, like very old school Final Fantasy, like on a string shoe budget type of thing. Like you can tell. Because like the character models are like uh like when you're like a little kid for like the Saturday morning cartoons,
Yeah.
you got up and to watch them, but like there's always be like this one like random Canadian one like at like 5:30 in the morning, and if you go up that early you go watch it because it's on, but like you didn't like how it looked or anything, you're just waiting for your actual shows. Like the character models kind of remind me of that. So it does have like this really cheap appearance looking thing. Because again, like, it was a mobile game, so I kinda get it.
Yeah.
But in contrast to that, the backgrounds. My god, these things are amazing. Cause like they made like these dioramas. And that's what it is. It's just like a diorama. You just going and like adventuring, climbing, running around on these beautiful backgrounds, but like your character models and stuff is just so ugly. It's a big clash. I don't really like that. But every time I go to a new place, I'm just like staring in the background because I'm like, man, I wish like the rest of the game matched this because it looks so good. because like they actually made like the dioramas for the game, and it's like those what is it called, like the Wallace and like the guy and the dog with the clay, like it's like that kind of like stop motion kind of thing, where you have to like spend like 20 hours like making like one thing, and you're using it for like, I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes at a time type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, but it looks really good. It's just, you get the clash again, and the console versions of this game has voice acting, which is, it's serviceable, it's there, but like, you know, so you don't have to like read as much, and the story is kind of told with like these, I don't want to say storybook pages because they don't look as nice, but it is like, text on like a screen with like maybe a picture drawn.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like you
And
said, a shoestring of a budget.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's really like that. And the story is like, you're this guy named Leo. He has amnesia, so you can kind of see where that's going, because a lot of the JRPG stuff, that's like cornerstone kind of thing. And
Right.
in the demo, you collect one party member. I think you get like five more after, like in the actual game, like five or six. And they do like different abilities. And the battle system is turn based. It shows the attack pattern of order like at the bottom of the screen, and there is like a certain angle system kind of thing, to where certain moves, especially when you get your second party member, you can kind of like curve it. So like you can take out a couple of guys at once, or like at least hit them, type of thing. Because what this game does is really cool, but it's like really late in the demo. Is because it's, again, it's very old school. So like when you're running around, you just walk into battle, so you don't see the enemy on the screen. It's just like, here's the battle, and you have to fight it. So like near the end of the demo, it actually does what I was interested in this game was about. Uh, you're able to like stack battles. So like you can just like lock them in this like other little pocket dimension thing, and then like when it gets too full or full enough, you can just enter it and just do a whole bunch of fighting at once. So like for the demo, it was like 30 enemies fills up the thing. So like when you go into battle, you're fighting like 30 guys. It's not like 30 at once. It's probably like 8 or 9,
Okay. Yeah.
like on the space. But like you can do all these curve moves. You have like you can block, you can heal, and there's like little side quests you can do. It goes with like the story of the people you run into. So it looks like it's gonna be building off of the places you go to, and it looks like it's gonna be people you keep interacting with at least. Because there's like this one group of villains, I guess, or at least like a Team Rocket kind of group,
Oh,
where
okay, yeah.
you fight them like a couple of times in certain places. They're like not super serious, but they're like opposing you type of thing. And music's pretty good. I really like the music of that. It did run like a little clunky. I did it in handheld mode. Um,
Mm. You were playing on the
it
Switch,
was
yeah?
Yeah, I was playing the Switch. I did about 2 hours ish worth. The demo ends at a very like blatant point where it's like, yeah, you just gotta buy it at this point.
Yeah.
I
How
came
did you
I came out mostly impressed with it from what I considered, going into it, because I knew going into this, it's like it's not gonna be a looker. It's probably not gonna be like the most interesting story. But I do like this battle system, and like it doesn't even have like the full thing unlocked. Like I peeked at some other stuff, and it's like there's like a skill tree kind of thing going on with it, and you get like more people to do like more combos and stuff, and like it's just, I like battle systems like that. It's a little twist, but it's like a genius twist, because I hate running around on the JRPG games and you get into the ramp battle, because it happens a lot, especially in the older ones. Because like nowadays you have more of them just appear on the enemies on the screen. Like you just play metaphor and like you can see the guys, so you can like run around them if you don't want to fight. Like now I'm like, oh, I want to fight, but I want to stack up my fights because I want to be able to like line up my moves so I can hit like six guys at once, you know. And
Right.
you
Yeah.
can see at the bottom of the screen like when they're gonna attack, and they label them too. So like enemy D is gonna attack like next. So I gotta make sure I get him and break that combo so either me or my partner can attack as well. Because I like breaking their turns like that because you don't want to get hit or anything.
Right. Yeah.
And
Um, so I had it downloaded, and I've been thinking about playing it, and I just didn't get around to it. I think I told you before we started, where I played like I started the game when part one came out, because first part one came out and then both parts came out, and I was like, I'll wait for the second part before I really get into it, and just never went back to it. And then I was thinking about getting it here, but um, I mean it's $50. That's
yeah, because
pretty
you know,
steep.
what? Don't get me wrong, I do really like it, and I am impressed by it, but not like $50 impressed. Because like for $10 more, you're getting like you can get like a larger JRPG with like higher production and more interesting story, But I think it's good to try, especially if you like really older style stuff, because it does lean into that, maybe a little bit too much at times, but it does lean into that kind of a lot. And you know, with the console releases, you have the difficulty setting choice option because apparently that was not in the Apple Arcade version. So the Apple Arcade version is claimed to be a little harder than the console ones because I just played on normal and I didn't feel like I had like a huge difficulty thing. Oh, that's also right. There's certain battles when you're fighting to where you can attack like certain elements like objects like in the battlefield because like one of the fights you play as like it's like a little mini boss fight. You have to hit like this pillar tower thing, and it falls on an enemy. So like I'm sure more of that kind of stuff is gonna happen in the later game
Oh,
as well. So I think that stuff is kind of cool because you don't have like a lot of like games that do like destruction happening in like real time battle. Like maybe in like in a cutscene after, you can see that or like a quick time event type of thing. But
right.
this was like an actual like thinking choice thing. I have to do it like this way.
Uh,
And I did fight a little bit more than I guess most people would, but
There,
I like stacking the fights.
yeah, yeah. Especially, does it give you a bonus if you stack them,
I think you do get like better reward XP and money.
or
I
like
don't
a
know how
multiplier
much.
or something? Yeah.
Yeah, because like I wasn't really paying super attention to like the normal battles because it was just like really basic for those. But like the boss battles, the group with the three people, that like Team Rocket s kind of people,
Yeah.
and the ability when I got to actually stock up the battles, those are more interesting. But it plays very very not generic, but very common before those things happen. And I think when you're playing in the actual game, more of those things, are gonna pop up. You're gonna have more of these interesting boss battles with the destructive environments. You know, maybe the story picks up, but right now it's just like passable. It's like it's there in the background type of thing.
Right.
And you know, I still do want to play this. I just don't know when exactly I'm going to do that. Because now I have my save data on the Switch version. Because ideally, I know I talked to this about you before, but I was gonna get like a month of Apple Arcade and
Oh
just
yeah.
play this in Balatro. But like that's not gonna happen. Because like I can't do it for like that in Balatro. It would just be for like that at that point because like Balatro is like I have to own it type of thing. I don't know if I have to own this type of game, but I would also have to play like the first 2 hours again. I don't think it's a particularly super long game. I think it's in the range of like 25 hour ish. I think it's in that if you do like some of these side quest stuff with it. But I think it's an interesting concept. I just wish it had more of a budget behind it for the asking price. Because this is going to be like one of those things people go back on in a couple of years, be like, oh, this was kind of neat. How come it didn't get more attention? But like the release scheduling for it and how it was like made, it doesn't really help it in that
Right.
category.
Yeah. Where it's like $50 for it. Uh, it's not the biggest. I mean, not that $50 is if something's wrong with
Yeah, it's
that, but
just
it can get people to hesitate or be like, I'm gonna try the demo before I get it, and then just
yeah.
either don't get
Because
to
I
the
think
demo or
I think trying the demo is the best way to go about for this particular game. Because I think it targets a very certain person, and I don't know if we have too many of those people around anymore, to be honest. That would pay $50 day one for it at least.
yeah, especially when you can get Ball Millionaire. Um, but yeah, this um, so I think I'm gonna play the Ball Millionaire, and I'm gonna stream it tomorrow morning, and then wait, no, what's tomorrow morning? Friday. I'll stream it Monday morning, and then also going to play um, this demo this week as well.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna go into because I was picking up Triangle Strategy again, but now I'm on this Balatro kick, and I have to like actually plan other games now because I can't come back with just Balatro again.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean, I
like, well,
could.
I'm obsessed with Balatro. Yeah, that's
I
true.
am. Now I'm like, it got robbed. I didn't play any of the other nominees, but it got
It
robbed.
got robbed. Yeah.
Got
Uh.
robbed.
Yeah, because it was. I thought it had a good chance of winning Game of
I
the
mean,
Year.
if it was gonna be any year for like that type of game to win, it was gonna be like one of these, like one of those years because like you know, the Black Myth game, I don't know. I mean, I kind of assume why it was nominated, but like it didn't really like even scored as well as the other nominations for that type of nomination category. And then we have the whole DLC thing. Your take on that if you think DLC should be nominated,
Oh yeah.
which is kind of funny because like it didn't even like really get anything. So like, what was the big whatever the big deal of nominating? I guess. And then you have these two heavy like JRPG games, like super JRPG games, in Final Fantasy Rebirth and Metaphor. Uh, I think Rebirth is a good game. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh, it's a sequel. You know, for these types of game of the year things, like sequels don't really get like the same like look at through them with magnifying glass kind of thing. It seems more of a like a point against it really. And then Metaphor is like that is a lot of JRPG in one little thing. Because like the
Oh
battle
yeah.
system of that is, you know, a lot for like maybe like your average person who doesn't really play those types of games. And it's not like the most impressive look wise. It has a certain art style to it, but like it still kind of does look ugly in some places. And
It
even then,
does look a
we had
little ugly.
and even then we had people with the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth like early on in the year last year. They're like, "Oh my god, this looks terrible." I didn't think it looked like that bad, but like for the level of like Final Fantasy is supposed to be at,
Oh
I,
yeah.
I
I did
kind of
see
get it.
people saying like, "Oh, look how bad this. Look at the rock in the background." I was like, I wouldn't even look at the rock in the background to begin with. But yeah, I did play that
Because like,
demo too, and uh, after I played it, I was like, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm in the mood for a turn-based RPG. I was like, maybe it's time to dive back into Bravely Default. We'll see what.
oh, that is something. Well,
Mm,
well,
but
and
yeah.
then you know, you have Astrobot, which is like
Oh yeah, that's true.
good. But it was like just very gameplay focused, and like that and Bellagio are like the only two like really super gameplay focused games. Everything else is like story based or like Like Souls, like even then they have story. They just I think for like Elden Ring, it's like it's more of those things where you had to like read stuff than like get it presented to you type of thing. But
Yeah.
like the fans of that actually like that, so I get it.
I saw quite a few people getting quite upset about Balatro, or not, about Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, like getting really upset because they're like, you need to play like what 25 hours or something in
Yeah,
the.
to get to that.
It's what
Yeah, to get to the DLC stuff.
to
Yeah, you
get
have to
to
play
the
like that.
DLC. Yeah, so they're like it shouldn't even count. Blah blah blah.
We had years where like indie games were listed as not indie. We had like uh Among Us was like nominated in the year it didn't come out, that type of thing. So
Yeah, that's true. And then what's the other one? Dave the
I had it
Diver.
turned down. Yeah.
It's like published by a $1 billion company. I mean, uh,
I get it, but like
the
I also get the point of like why would you put it there?
yeah, but then also, I mean, Devolver Digital is nearly $1 billion company too, and they're an indie dev or
Yeah.
publisher. But yeah, um,
Because I grab like most of the semi good stuff now.
yeah. But now it's just like a bunch of it's wild. But we played some games. I'm hoping to play more starting in the new year, starting with Ball Alien Air. Um,
Yeah.
and then I was thinking about playing some other ones. I don't know what else I'm in the mood to play. We'll see what happens there. But in the meantime, I do kind of want to go back to Indiana Jones. Um,
Really? Because I remember you not liking Indiana Jones.
I know. Well, I heard people say they didn't really like the open area levels, but when you're in like the linear bits, it feels much better.
Yeah.
So I was thinking
Because
about checking that out.
I know somebody put that as their game of the year not too long ago. It was like
Oh
really
yeah,
deserving.
I saw some people saying it was like their game of the year, and then other people being like, no, it's like a four out of 10. So who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think I'm gonna focus more on my backlog for the first couple months
yeah.
before getting more new stuff. I say that, but next week, who knows?
Right. Next week there will be an indie world, and um and Hollow Knight Silk Song will come out.
Maybe, but
Could you imagine
it's
that?
only like, oh my god, it's gonna be like 8 years, 9 years, like when it actually does come out, like after it was
Yeah.
announced, type of thing. And if you want to be technical, it was announced on the Kickstarter.
Uh
You know,
yeah, that's
I'm just
true.
saying, I've been waiting since Kickstarter days, so I don't know.
Maybe we can what's it called? You and I. We can start um but between now and the next episode, we can do we can do a a draft like fancy critic league which
Okay,
is
this is the only person I would do this with because I hate the concept of this, but
uh
I'll do it with you. All right?
okay, so we'll just do it where it'll just be me and you. That'll be it. And then we
Yeah,
can
just us.
post the thing, people can look at it cuz you can like people can watch it and we can do it, and I think we vote for where we pick 5 games. It'll do like a random draw to see who goes first, aka who gets
Yeah, the first pick.
Silk
Type of
Song.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You might not even want to put that down. You
I
might
know.
just be losing points
I
at
know.
this
I was
point.
thinking about it. I was like, "Oof, I wouldn't. I don't.
Maybe we should make an alternate one of where it's like things we don't think is gonna appear, and then like whoever loses, someone gets to pick a game they have to play or something.
Yeah, that's good. We'll iron out the details and then come back and talk about that next week. But in the meantime, this has been episode 9 of Games to Discover. Thanks for listening, and Mel, I'll talk to you later.
See ya.